Hey guys, welcome back to the Rockford Ordnance. We are back, even though we had a couple little technical difficulties to start out here. This is Coffee and Kalashnikovs, so I hope you got your coffee or other adult beverage of choice. We missed you guys last week, and so we got to make it up this week. What the heck? Sorry that we missed you, but man, just been busy. We had a wedding out of the country. I talked about that a couple weeks ago and that big marlin we caught. Um, and then last week, I don't know what the hell was last week, but it's been, oh, my daughter graduated college. So we were in Michigan and that's over. And then I get home and the wife's got 82 projects. I'm redoing a laundry room right now, including wainscot and a custom made coat hook bench / something or other. I don't know, all kinds of crap. So got me moving. The benefit to all of this is I get my shop updated as soon as this laundry room is done. So you guys will see something pretty darn cool when we're done. The shop is going to get a new floor, all thick epoxy urethane with the Fleck coating and all new benches, all new cabinets, 2 whole walls of them. It'll be approximately almost 50 feet of benches and workstations, desk, storage, all kinds of good stuff, reloading area, everything all under one roof. So it's going to be really cool. The old desk you see in videos is going to go away, unfortunately. I've grown fond of the look of my shop. If there's an old saying, show me a man's workbench and I'll show you and I'll tell you about the man. And, you know, my wife walks out to the shop. She takes a look around and she says, how do you work like this? How do you know where anything's at? And I said, ask me a tool, any random tool. And she'll say, whatever, a channel lock. It'll be like third drawer down, bottom box, or it'll be the third workbench, whatever the case may be. I just know where things are at. You know, it's my organized chaos. And you accumulate things over the years, mementos. I've got a loading sign out there that Fred gave me. I've got pictures from racing. I've got racing banners. I've got barreled actions that I remember the gun that came off of, and all these memories, right? And they hang on the wall, whether it's license plates or whatever. And it's a guy's workshop. And it just becomes part of you. So when she said that she'd like to see the shop all redone, I initially said no, not an option. I just like it the way I like it. And she said, well, it doesn't look professional on your videos and this and that. And I said, I don't know. I think the guys like it that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys tell me if you like the old shop or you'd like to see something new, modern, updated, all of that. So I guess it's underway. We've got the flooring set to happen, and I haven't picked out the style of benches. I was going to go red and black or gray and black. Red and black. She doesn't like the red. I said, whose shop is this? I didn't tell you what color to paint your laundry room, you know, but I don't know. Haven't decided yet. What do you guys think? Just an updated modern look would be cooler. I don't know. We'll get some banners and different stuff like that. Maybe we'll even put something with Rockford Ordnance on there. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what we're doing and what we've been up to. So it's been hectic going to work and then coming home every night. We did get out to the range, I think once. And I did some shooting with the By 39 project. It came out okay, just okay. I really can't get under 2 MOA on anything. I just can't. Tell you the truth, factory Tula is shooting as good as anything I reload, maybe better. So, and that's with the best components I know. And I think, well, is it my reloading? Well, guess what? My AR stuff is group and sub MOA. So it's not my reloading, I don't think. Maybe it just is the cartridge. Maybe AKs just aren't all that accurate. I'd like to put it in a bolt gun and see what happens. Maybe that'd be more accurate. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe my AKs just aren't at that level. Maybe I haven't picked the right one. Uh, who knows? Maybe the barrels are worn. I mean, I shoot a lot. I don't know. I don't think I shoot that much. I highly doubt they'd be that worn. But we're going to keep trying. I really have no news. I'm still going to bring you a video on it. I'm going to show you the components, show you the reloading. Real quick before we get into things, we're going to talk about the evolution of the AK tonight. And we're going to talk about the new AK-12 and what's good and bad about it, and get all into that. And we're going to talk Zenitco tonight and a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. What are you guys up to? I see a lot of you in the chat here. Let's take a look here. See who's here. Orion Fixer, first in the house. Then he says, well, what the heck? Yeah, I was late. I know. I hope you're still here. There's a disturbance in the force. He's first. Yeah, there's definitely a disturbance in the force. He's like, wait a second. Did it happen? I'm the only one left? Where's Joe? He's like, oh, thank the Lord, Joe's here. Joe was in before me. I don't know about that. Chase is here. He says, hey, Rock. Good to have you, Chase. Tommy Guns, he's here. Tommy's got some really cool SGL stuff going on. And, you know what the good news, Tommy, is? All this stuff we do in the house, she's going to owe me. I think that's why the shop is she wants to do the payback, but I'd take an SGL instead for all the work I'm doing. We'll have to see. But I know where to go to get one, a nice one. Got to be a 21, though, don't you think? I think so. This 21 is 7.62, and it's got the accessory lug on it. If you're going to get one and one only, that's the one to get. In my book. Let's see. Boy, I wasn't too late because you guys weren't in here all that long. Who else is here? Joe Mercado, the smartest, busiest guy I know. I don't know about that one. I've been doing crazy stuff. We're building food trucks and food trailers right now. Gentleman I work with is got a couple restaurants in, I should say, work for. And we're building some food trucks and trailers. He asked me to take on this project. I grew up in the restaurant business. That was years ago. I know trucks, trailers, how to build them. I've been in the RV industry forever. But putting a restaurant in a trailer is a whole nother story, and what you need and not knowing the restaurants. Got a trailer, came out pretty cool. The truck's going to be badass. Who the heck chimed in already with a super chat? Man, oh man. I guess I'll get that out of the way. Guys, this channel costs a lot of money. Most videos get demonetized. I don't have a Patreon, so I rely on these live streams and the super chats down there right below where you type. There's a money sign. You click on that. You can donate anything from $1 or a penny to $1 million, whatever you want to give. It's certainly appreciated. It helps pay for the testing, all the cool stuff you see on the channel, bullets, and all the stuff that goes along with it. We certainly appreciate everything. Every dime goes back into the channel. We do giveaways when we can. Still got the shirts coming. Mrs. Rock's working on that, and there'll be some more cool stuff. We may have to redo a giveaway. Those tools, chime in here. Joe, I think you won one. Is that correct? But the other guy that won one never sent his address to me or anything. If you're in here, I'll have to go back and check the stream who it was. But If you're in here, chime in and send me your address. I got to send them out. Joe, I'll get yours out. You know where to reach me. Shoot me your address again, just so I got it. And we'll get those out. We give away stuff that is given to us. I don't keep it. I give it to you guys so you guys can have some fun. Let's see who else is in here. Alan Bishop's here. Shot the M17 and the SIG P226. How'd you like that M17? I love that pistol. Absolutely love it. Love it so much that I'd like to get an M18. Tell me this, why the heck is the M18 so much cheaper? Because it's not the M17. Same gun, a little shorter. You'd think it'd be the same price. Now, I bought mine when prices were up. I didn't care. I wanted one. But the M18, man, for a carry gun, that'd be awesome. Awesome. I've been carrying that Springfield Hellcat a lot more. I've really grown to like that gun. I really like the sights on it. Love them. If you guys are in a shop and they got one, have them show it to you. It's kind of a U-shaped sight in the rear. You pick it up real fast. There's a big yellow glow-in-the-dark front sight, glow-in-the-dark dot front sight. Really nice. I'm just liking it. Getting ready for the governor's 20 rifle pistol match. Alan Bishop was the one with the super chat. Read an article that predicted gas will double in price in the next year. Well, it's doubled since last year. You know, it's really starting to upset me. You know, what I told you guys is what they're feeding you, what they're doing on the news every night is just a smokescreen. You know, Russia's not causing these shortages. Now you have your president telling you there's going to be food shortages. There's baby formula shortages. It's always the elderly and children, right? And then Supreme Court rulings on guns in different cases, and magically you got two more bad things happen in the news. Magically, just boom, boom, they happen. You know, isn't that crazy how that goes? Weren't we just talking about that? I don't know. Call me cynical. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe anything anymore. I don't believe anything that's told to me. Drives me nuts. But this inflation is way out of hand. Look at your grocery bills. Look at your energy bills. Look at your gas bills. And to me, inflation isn't at 50%. Tell me it's not. 40 minimum. It's nuts. Just crazy. Anyhow, True American Loretta's here. How you doing? Good to have you, my dear. Warsaw Patriot. Haven't seen him in a while. Good to have you. Check out his channel, guys. He's got some cool videos. Met him. Didn't meet him, but we were at the same shoot a few years ago out near Freeport, Illinois, at a place called The Site. Somebody told me it's a Blackwater training site. I don't know, but it's for professional organizing. They have shoot houses and everything. And they had a full auto shoot. Krebs was. It's the Manticore Arms. I forget what they call it, but they haven't had it in a couple of years now, and it was really cool. You got to go out and you buy a mag of bullets and you can shoot whatever machine guns they had. They had everything from Thompsons to ARs, AKs, you name it, they had it. And it was a lot of fun. 50 caliber BMGs, see all the vendors, everything. You could carry all day and sling your rifle. It was pretty cool. Had a bunch of fun. That was a couple of years ago, and he was there. He had a video from there. I don't think I ever posted a video about it, but it was cool. If they have it again, it'd be cool to go to. Alan says, I thought the M17 was going to be a POS. It's actually really nice, accurate as well. Why would you think it was going to be a POS? I'm just curious. Man, I love that thing. It's so fast. It settles back in immediately, and I can just pound away with it. It's just a great gun. It feels good, nice trigger, everything. I did buy a different grip for it, the whole grip module, and I don't know. We'll see. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Um, I'm going to have to shoot my M17 out at 30 yards this weekend, so we'll see. They're accurate. You'll be happy with that, that's for sure. Um, yeah, the military adopted it. The 18, same thing, just shorter. But and I'm sure they use that too. But everybody wants what the Army has. That's what makes it. There be any calling for it whatsoever. But anyhow, we got to shoot the Galil some more, and God, I really enjoyed that. Um, it's funny. I was shooting it under cover, at the range. We've got those covers, and just how the concussion feeds back off the roof and all. You shoot it under there, and I'm like, God, this thing's just it's so concussive, and the recoil. And then I go out underneath there, and I'm out in the open. And it's a whole nother story. It's like you don't get that concussion, and it's like, wow, this thing's super smooth. Really enjoying it. Just put a Holosun red dot on it. I like that gun that way. It's a nice combo. I think we're going to keep it that way. It's got that full rail, so there's plenty of room. Just a nice little piece. I would like to get the plastic delete kit for it, I think. So we're looking into that too. What else did we do? Yeah. Well, we've been reloading a lot on the Dillon. And I'm just set up for 5.56, but man, I can crank out. I sit down, I'm going to say, I'm going to just mess around, load a few rounds. Before you know it, I got 200 cranked out in 10 minutes. I mean, it's nuts. And it's just making great rounds. We're loading a powder that it's an old powder. It's a standby. If you're going to keep one powder, like if you're prepping or you want to have powder put away, Hodgdon BLC2. You can load 308. You can load 5.56. You can load just about anything with it, and it's a good round. We've been loading a bunch of 55 grain, just plinking ammo. Haven't tried the 75 grain out of there yet. That's kind of my favorite go-to load. 75 grains. They pack a wallop and they still move out pretty good. So we're going to go burn up a bunch of these things. The hard part now is keeping brass clean and ready to go, because God, you can burn through it so fast. It's unreal. And I'm watching my components shrink and shrink and shrink. Good news is I got the bullets and they're all loaded in mags and good to go. So we can go have one hell of a range day. Let's see. Shooting the M4A1 out to 600 yards, only shooting out to 400 yards for score. That's it. That governor shoot, was it you were talking about? That sounds like it's cool. 5.56 isn't going away in my lifetime. Yeah, what do you think about that? The new rifle and all, huh? I think that's going to be a much longer time coming. Are they going to phase out the AR? I doubt it. I mean, it'll be around a long while. Who knows? And there's so much ammo out there. What are they going to do with it? We don't have ACOGs, just M68s. I'm using my personal TA31. There you go. Got some upgrades for the Beretta 1301 TAC. Did you? What'd you get? That sounds awesome. God, what a fun gun. You guys don't know what you're missing. So let's talk about the evolution of the AR. I mean, I don't want to go all the way back and talk about all the old stuff. I mean, if you want to talk about the old milled guns and all of that, fine, we can get into that. But, let's say from the 74 on up, the 74, then the 100 series, now we're talking AK-12. And while I haven't seen one in person, and I'm sure most people haven't, there's been some kits that have made it in the country and people building them. And, they're cool looking. It's supposed to be the modernized version of the AK-12. It's moving there. They had a plan to modernize their entire army, right? To bring them up to date. The AK has always been sort of hard to accessorize in its stock form. They hadn't changed things much. You had the advent of the side rail, which allowed optics. Uh, they were still issuing, instead of wood, just polymer or bakelite handguards for years and decades. And it wasn't really until this where they had the ability to mount anything on the handguard, and just modernize it in the least bit, right? Other countries had done so, Bulgaria and stuff, but Russia, not so much. Well, there's some really cool features that they added, but some of those cool features also have a downside, and we'll go through that. And there's some stuff that just doesn't make sense why they changed it at all. I guess to jump forward and give you my conclusion, I think the AK-12, I think they kind of went backwards on it. I really do. Let's start out with the handguard, okay? Handguard, believe it or not, free floated, right? And you say, well, how'd they do that? Well, we'll get into that. They free floated it. However, it's made out of polymer, and the way it's mounted and all, there's a ton of movement in it. So if you're resting it on something, and let's say you've got a laser on it, or infrared or something like that, it's not really accurate. Anything mounted to that handguard moves substantially. The other big thing that is sort of incorporated into that is the gas tube. So, the way an AK comes down, field strips, is kind of iconic, right? We all know how to do it. If you're at all into AKs like me, you probably at one time timed yourself as to how fast you could strip one down, right? And pop the cover, pull the spring, bolt carrier and bolt, flip the lever, pull off the gas tube. Right? Well, the gas tube is no longer removable. It's welded in. Kind of strange, right? I don't know if any of you guys have looked at it, seen it, read anything about it, but gas tube is not removable. It's welded in, kind of looks the same, but how do you clean it, right? Well, I guess you could go through the back of the trunnion, maybe, right? If you had to, but they put a removable plug on the end. Fine. Unscrew the plug, you can clean it, whatever. To me, it sounds like a pain in the neck, right? But if you're going to put the plug in the end of the gas block for cleaning, what else do you think maybe sort of kind of they probably should have looked at? I'll give you guys a second to answer that one. It's pretty obvious, right? To some of you, I guess. If you're going to put a plug in the end of it, why wouldn't you make it where it adjusts the gas too? Then we wouldn't have to put KNS pistons and all kinds of other crap. Perfect if you're going to suppress it, right? Different stuff. Why would you not incorporate that into it? Why would you stop at a plug? I just don't get it. Really weird. Here's the weirdest thing to me. Your muzzle devices, we started out with reverse thread, 14x1 reverse, and then we went to the bigger threads. Now, no threads. Goes on, you still have a detent that holds it on and everything, but no threads. They go on right over the front. Well, okay, maybe you can mount suppressors somehow, whatever. I don't know, but I just don't get it. Why would you? I get it. Okay, maybe it cuts back a machining step, but there's obviously other machining steps that you have to do for that. The stock, they went to an AR-like stock. You've got what looks like a buffer tube, right? A trunnion and tube. It's adjustable for length of pull. Looks sort of like an AR stock. But yet, and I know Russia, United States, this, that, but with all the stuff out on the market, wouldn't you think you'd want to make the buffer tube able to take bazillions of other stocks? Nope, not in that case. Also, in Russia, you've got some of the best aftermarket stuff for the AK comes out of Russia. Um, why wouldn't you involve? Because first of all, your special forces, Spetsnaz, everybody they're using Zenitko, a couple of other brands that are readily available over there that work with the platform, that know the platform, are in your country. Why wouldn't you work with them? Zenitko has their stuff is pricey here, but I'll tell you what, those handguards, man, they are rock solid. Short ones, full length, whatever you want, grips, all kinds of nice stuff they make, and it's strong, it's damn near unbreakable, nice stocks, all that good stuff. Speaking of stocks, it folds just like previous versions, but the previous versions had a hook where once it collapsed, I wish I could show this, guys, but I can't. But when you fold the stock, the old ones used to, a hook would grab the stock and it was right up close to the receiver, right on it. Well, now they collapse and it's got a mechanism similar to what Zenitko uses now, or very similar to, or probably the same. I haven't seen it up close as the Vepr 12. But that lets the stock hang open a bit. And I watched one video where the guy talked about it. Well, you fold it to be in a vehicle, etc. What if your seatbelt gets snagged in there? What if part of your pack or something else gets stuck and it's wrapped up and you're trying to get it open and all? Just little things like that. Just seems like they went backwards. What else was there? There was one other thing. Stock. Oh, damn it. It'll come to me. We talked about the aftermarket helping them out. What else? What else? Oh, I know. You guys remember when I talked about Krebs and his safety? And he's been over to Russia, I think, and done different programs, worked with people, knew some people. He can't sell anything over there, that type of thing, because of the ITAR regulations and all that. But he swore to me one time he thought that the Russians were checking up on him, as far as things he was developing and things like that. And he had heard that there had been items, either his safeties or ones just like it, seen over there. Well, the new rifle, man, it looks just like his safety. It really does. The raised portion, the curve that you hit with your finger seems a little longer, but they definitely grabbed his idea and they're using it over there. The funny thing is you've got safe, fire, full auto, and then you've got a burst mode. Well, to get to the burst mode, you override the bottom detent. It actually goes down one more, but there's nothing to stop it. So in a hurry, you slam that thing all the way down. That safety can actually go there, but it just weird. And then over in the Ukraine, they have taken a few weapons off of, let's just say, incapacitated Russian soldiers, and they found the gun in that position where maybe they had to return fire, were surprised or something, and oh my God, and boom, slammed it down. Couldn't get to the trigger guard, and look at the result. They're laying there. So just a lot of strange things and kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. Like I said, I have not seen one in person. How the kits get here, I don't know. I'm not connected with people like that. I'm betting Mark probably has 1 or 2. and but I haven't seen one. Just books, magazines, pictures, websites, blogs, videos, things like that. But there's a lot out there about it. Obviously, it's 545, but think about that. You're shooting this tons and tons of surplus of 545 with corrosive primers, right? Now, the new stuff probably isn't, but they've got hordes and hordes and hordes of 7 and 6. And don't clean a gas block and see what happens, you know. It just why make it harder to clean? You're going to weld a gas tube in, you're going to put a plug in. Why not do an adjustable gas block? You go to a handguard that moves. There's no sense in that free float handguard whatsoever. Sorry about the noise, guys. Apparently I have somebody moving their anvil collection up there or something. I don't know. Jeez, Pete, told you I could redo it in this room for us, turned into the house. Things are torn apart. You have no idea. She's washing walls and insane stuff. I've never seen anything like it. Either she's got, maybe the doctor gave her too much Adderall or something. I don't know. My God. Nuts, though. Anyhow, I apologize for the noise. But normally I'd be so excited about a new AK and I'd be talking to people and planning, well, how can I get my hands on a kit, get one build, put one together, whatever. And I'm not all that excited about it. I'm really not. I mean, my AK thing goes back to the historic portion of it. So back to a Type 1, and boy, I'd love to have a Type 1, right? But all the way through the AK-74. Okay, I get it. They update. But the new caliber kind of threw me. I didn't want to get into it. With ammo right now, I really don't want to get into it. However, I really do like the manageability and recoil of the 5.56 in an AK. I did come across a SAM 5 like mine with a AR style stock on it. And really, that's the only way, I guess, to go to be able to run a stock that'll get your line of sight up to optic height, which is a little, I didn't want to go that route. But I think it may be something we look into a little more. I'm thinking about doing a build. I don't know if I can do the build on YouTube and show you guys actually, populating a barrel and riveting and all that good stuff. I don't know. That might not go over too well on the channel. So as far as YouTube's concerned. So I don't know. I'd love to do it. Maybe we'll look at a different platform to show you guys that. But I've really been kicking around building a 5.56 AK as sort of a go-to gun, simply because my reloading with the 5.56, really liking the recoil. I like the feel of that light round in an AK. Reloading all the 5.56, I've really gotten passionate about that round, really, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm not, maybe I will say it, but I'm almost enjoying my ARs as much, or maybe a hair more, than my AKs lately. I truly am. I hate to say it. Some of you guys are passionate AK guys, others aren't. Others of you appreciate the history, but enjoy AR, or an AR would be your go-to weapon. Let's hear you guys chime in here real quick. Whether you like the platform, don't like the platform, enjoy it for the history, like shooting it, or maybe you're a diehard AK all the way. That's it. That's my go-to war gun. It blows away the AR, all that. why don't we chime in here and say if we had to, what would we go with? Would we grab an AR or would you grab an AK? And if you grabbed an AK, would it be 7.62? Would it be 5.56? What would it be? I'm almost getting to the point, guys. I'm telling you, my ARs are the stuff I have, the stuff I've built, the rounds I've put together. I'm just enjoying it so much. When I want to do a fun range trip lately, yep, I always bring an AK, but it seems like the ARs are coming out more and more and more. Or um, my IWIX 95, I'm loving that. It just seems like 5.56 is creeping in so much more. I'm not shying away from using the ammo. I got plenty of ammo and I'm not worried about it going away or anything. So I put a lot of thought into this. Why am I enjoying this so much? Um, I don't know. Tell me. You guys tell me. Chime in here. Let's see what you guys say. I'll give you a minute. I feel bad like I'm betraying the platform, betraying my channel, betraying everything. I don't know. But you go through phases too, you know. I go through phases where it's AK, 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 and then AR, 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 and then pistols, pistols, pistols. You know, it's whatever you're doing at the time. You got to take a break and mix it up a little bit. I'm going to back up in the comments here a little bit. Yeah, Krebs does something similar. I think he finally showed it. I saw it on Instagram, so I can talk about it. But a couple of years ago, he said, "Hey, Chris, look at this," and he wanted me to take some pictures of it. And I never put them out there because I didn't know if he wanted them out there or not. But it's a complete dust cover front end that pivots up all the way from the gas block, basically, or from the sight block. So the whole top of the AK is one piece of aluminum. Really cool. I'll post the picture and show you guys. But I saw he finally put it out there, and there's some stuff like that out there. He's built it on the hybrid receiver that the brothers do. He's put it on that, a few other things. So I don't know where he's at with it. At one point, it was going to be submitted for a military thing. He was trying to get. I don't know what happened to that. I haven't talked to him in quite a while. Like I said, and it's not because I don't want to. It's just time. I just have zero time. It's crazy lately. Hopefully, it calms down later this summer. But yeah, Krebs does do something like that. I'm glad you guys caught the adjustable gas there. Orient Fixer got it when I was asking the question, what should they have done? Sorry, I'm backing up quite a bit. 5.56. Oh, we went through that. We went through the ACOG. GG&G aluminum charging handle. Sling plates. Yeah, they put the sling plates in there. They did a lot of stuff. I think it's funny how Russia is trying to AR the AK and we are trying to AK the AR. That is kind of, yeah, there's a lot of truth to that, isn't there? Thinking about getting one of those Polish Fox AKs, but these don't have the side rail. They just got some in that have the side rail. So you might want to check those out. What else? Joe says, I think the 74 pattern was the best AK and the best AR-15 was the A2. You know, I tell you guys, I don't like the 74s. And it's just that I didn't want to do a whole nother ammo thing and mags and all that. And I really should, because let's face it, that gun shoots a lot better. You don't have the recoil of the 7.62. That's a great round. Yeah, the 5.45. It really is. Maybe I should give it a try. I don't know. Industry espionage is legit. They copy everything, China too. Yeah. No, they did. They definitely copied Krebs. They look at his stuff. I know they do. And I'm sure some of the aftermarket companies over there too. Um, let's see. Zenitko, not cost effective for the mass troops. The mass troops are running iron sights mostly. Should just put aside mouse scope and call it done. Yeah, it's funny. Most of the troops over there, that's all they're running. No optics, even though they've got a rail now and everything. They mounted a rail to the dust cover, just like they did on the Vepr 12s. Same thing. So they've got the ability, but yet they're not giving them the optics. I've heard rumors that as much as 25% of Russia's fighting forces are no more. And looking at some of the stuff, their technology, how the Ukrainians are holding them off. I don't think Russia's the enemy we think they are as far as conventional warfare goes. I think a lot of people are kind of shocked a little bit. Maybe not shocked. Maybe they thought that all along since the breakup of the Soviet Union, and they were saying all their ships and their weapons are rusting in port and all this stuff. Maybe it was true. They just stagnated. They didn't really move ahead. I don't know. Their optics, none of their stuff, even their uniforms, a lot of them, stood out like a sore thumb under night vision. Just a lot of stuff we take for granted. Night vision, their regular troops don't have it. I think we are so far advanced over and above them. I don't know, other than how and demented their leader is. Well, look at our leader, but I don't know that their forces are all that formidable. Meanwhile, most of the Ukraine's military is running some kind of red. Yeah, right. I'd rather have the Zenitko girl versus one of the handguards. Sorry, it just jumped on me. As a newer guy to AKs, I still lean more to AR, but the ZPAP has given me a very strong appreciation and enjoyment. No doubt, it's a capable gun. It packs a lot of punch. There's nothing like a 30 cal in my book, and it's a happy medium between a full power 30 caliber and going to a 5.56 or 5.45. Nothing wrong with it. They probably didn't put an adjustable gas block on AK-12 because they don't want the common soldier adjusting it and causing malfunctions. Okay, well, you've had adjustable gas on everything since the FN, all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can't sell soldiers short like that. Yeah, conscript army, all of that. Sure, I don't know. People aren't as dumb as you think. They figure it out, Look at, hey, the Yugos did it. They put adjustable gas on it. There's a lot of guns in common circulation with military with adjustable gas. So I don't really see that as a. My go-to is the Buy 95. I know you love yours, don't you, Tommy? I do too. Matter of fact, I'm going to take that to the range tomorrow. I'm going to put that through its paces, and I may mount up a 1x6 on there and see how things are with that. I think that gun deserves that. I think it'd be really cool scoped out. Yeah, we might do that. Actually, maybe my 3-power. Where is that scope? My 3-power primary arms prism scope. That may be the gun for that, huh? I'm trying to find. I bought it for that Sam 5, and I don't want to change the stock over and all. We'll see. I love that by 95. Just such a nice gun. Such a nice gun. We'll bring you a video on that. I've got all kinds of footage, guys, and it's been weeks since I put out a video. My viewership is reflecting it. I've been just, it's not that I want to slack on it. It's just been so much family stuff. The weddings, graduations, my other daughters get married, on and on and on. So at some point I take a break, and I should do like Misha does, where he takes 1 or 2 month break and he plugs in old videos and stuff, or he has some stockpile. That's what I should do, because when you're humping a channel hard like this, a couple videos a week plus a live chat, it takes a ton of time and money. It really does. But I told my wife I need a break here. I got to get some videos out, so she's got to leave me alone for a while. Let's see. Chase says, after finally getting his first AK, I just finally found Colt Surplus M16 A1 furniture to finish my classic build. That's cool. I read that. AK guys are kidding themselves. The AR is a better weapon overall, and I like AKs. AR is my choice for Orion, but my AK always puts a smile on my face. Tommy guns. They probably didn't put an adjustable gas block on the AK-12. They don't want the common. We read that too. Let's see. I'm not anti-red dot. I'm anti-heavy rifle, and Side Charger has a good 3 pounds on the retro one I have. Our leader isn't demented. He's dementia. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go, Brandon. They'll probably stop my stream for that one. But that's old news. That nobody even laughs at it anymore. So where Atlantic was selling gold-plated Z-Paps 5,500. What? Are they out of their minds? Holy cow. 5,500 for that. You can have one dipped for $200-300, electroplated, whatever. No biggie. What do you think of that new Jackal gun coming out? Jackal gun? Haven't heard of a Jackal. Who's putting it out? Can't believe I haven't heard of it. Anybody else hear of it? The non-adjustable gas block is on the new LMT Estonian AR for just that reason. And that's brand new. LMT will sell you an adjustable plug. There you go. So they're taking advantage of it. I thought about that. Not, like I said, not seeing one. It's probably nothing to develop a plug for that thing to shut the gas off a bit. But if it's rough like any other part, maybe it's hard to shut the gas off there. I don't know. It depends how they threaded it and all. I'd have to look at it. I haven't seen one. But my guess is that maybe there is a plug that they'll use for special forces or special units or whatever, if they're using suppressed guns, that type of thing. So maybe they were thinking ahead. Who knows? But at that point, how much is it to put a plug in all of them, you know? Picked up a set of 10 by 50 Vortex binos. Very nice for the money. You know, I've got a set of Nikons. Not expensive, but nice. I always thought a really high-powered set would be cool. That's one of those things where you always look at it and you go, but I could spend the money better elsewhere, you know? Hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, please do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for thinking of that, Orion. I've seen rifles with both adjustable gas block and adjustable bolt carrier group. AKs you're talking? And you're talking about right? But aftermarket stuff. I'm getting one of those Estonian contract LMTs. That'd be cool. Sold my only LMT last month. They're sold out for those gold Z-Paps. I can't believe. Oh, Jackal by PSA. You know, I love PSA because um, he did a great service for all of us. He put ARs in the hands of so many people that might not otherwise afford it. And the whole point to that is commonality. Commonality is very important when it comes to how the Supreme Court worded um, their stance on the Second Amendment. So commonality is important. When you put enough in enough hands, it's a good thing for us. Um, on the other hand, it took them how many tries at getting the AK right? Now, uh, that gun I shot 2.8 EDUs. That was a fine, fine weapon. Nothing wrong with it. They're doing a nice job. The pistols I've heard mixed reviews on. Their polymer gun. I don't know. It's just they do things well. Just anything when copy to me seems a little, I'd rather have the real thing if I can. But don't get me wrong, they're doing a great service. Daewoo rifle or Taiwan contract upper would be fun. Daewoo would be a cool gun to have. The prices on those things have went crazy. Norak AR-15 with those. Don't think so. Could adjust gas at the bolt with those. I'm not following you there. If you're talking AR or AK, I've got a lot of ARs with adjustable gas blocks. My 308, I've got a couple pistols with it. My 3-gun AR has it. And I've been thinking a lot about those lately because I have not cleaned them well. And if those of you that have never had adjustable gas blocks, they can freeze up on you, but good. So, matter of fact, tonight I think I might pull those down and see if I can get them moving. And a couple of my pistols actually need to be adjusted. One is overgassed right now. I need to bring it down. But that 3-gun AR I built with a super lightweight bolt carrier, all skeletonized, and different buffer. And then we went with the adjustable gas pencil barrel. I was going a super lightweight build, and the rifle comes in at like 5 to 5.5 pounds. I forget exactly without the optics. And man, the recoil is just amazing on that gun. Love that gun. And I like adjustable gas blocks. I haven't done one on an AK. Just, I'm not suppressing them. And although I could certainly make one shoot a lot nicer, I just haven't done it. And we probably will. I have to pick a rifle I want to do it to. We may do a Krebs. I'm going to do another Krebs, I think, and that we're going to mess with the gas some and really go for a super light recoiling 7.62 that's suppressible and build another fighting rifle. Probably a pistol, but the brace thing's worrying me. We got this brace thing coming up, guys. They're going to rule against it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's already said that's coming down. It's what are you going to have to do? How are they going to enforce it? Are people going to defy it? Is it going to be a mass defiance? I think that's the only way you beat it. I think there's so many of them out there that you just might see that. You may see mass non-compliance. And frankly, that's what I think should happen. There's millions and millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of braced pistols out there. And a lot of guys will say, well, that's what you get for trying to skirt the law and this and that. Guys, nobody tried to skirt the law. They said these things were legal. They said they could be used, and people used them accordingly. Whether you're handicapped or not, bracing a pistol is a useful thing. and they said that the types of um, uh, braces that were out there and that you could shoulder them. So why not? They made the ruling, not a law. They can't make law. They're going to make a ruling, and they're going to arrest people for it. Hey, they're already arresting people on this parts kit and receiver thing, right? They arrested that shop and put an injunction on them and all of that good stuff before it even went into effect. They said 120 days. They can't make laws, guys, but they just did, and they're arresting people for it. Should not happen. Unconstitutional. They are ruining people's lives over something they just don't have the power to do. Congress is the only one that can pass uh, laws. And unfortunately, they believe that they can't. I think the only way around this is mass noncompliance. I guess it'll just show who's got balls and who doesn't. I get it. There's a lot to risk. You got families, you got businesses, you've got your freedom, all of that. It takes somebody to stand up, I guess, right? But then our founding fathers, did they have more to lose, less to lose? Most, if not all of those men were extremely wealthy men who had land, businesses, families, their life. They had just as much, if not way more to risk than we do. Let's face it, at any time, had they been caught by the British, they would have been tried, hung, whatever. They would have lost it all. Their lands taken, their families destroyed, everything. But yet they did it. And if you look at the equivalent to what the tax was, what they were protesting, the tea tax, it was about 2 cents in tax by today's money. That's all it was. They were fighting over 2 cents, and that was enough for them to say enough's enough. Look what is done to us today in taxes, in taking away a God-given right, not a right that's been given to you by them, not a permission slip. They can't give you a permission slip to protect yourself. That's intrinsic in being a human being. Nobody can take that away from you. But they sure are trying, aren't they? And succeeding in a lot of cases. At some point, there's a straw that breaks the camel's back. And at some point, there's got to be people, women, men that are willing to stand up and say enough's enough. I guess, people say, well, it'll take a lot more than that here in the United States for things to change. They got to get really bad, right? Well, what's really bad? Let's face it, the majority of Americans today, you put that big 90-inch screen on the wall for, what are they now? I think you can get I know you can get a 60-inch for about $400. I remember saving for a big 90-inch, 100-inch, thinking, man, look at that's the price of a car. I'll never get that. Well, now I think now I'm small by a lot of standards. I got an 85-inch. It cost me a lot. It wasn't that much, but I think you can get one for $600-800. As long as you plop them down in front of that big 100-inch TV with a game console and a bag of Cheetos and some government cheese, hey, they're happy, right? They send you another check. Don't have to go to work. $15 an hour? I'm not working for that. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I know people right now, not to say that they're unskilled, they're very skilled. But let's just say, for instance, a nurse. What's a nurse make today? I don't know, $28, $30, $32. That's someone with a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, a lot of schooling. I know they can make more traveling nurses and whatnot, but you've got unskilled labor essentially making between 25 and $35 an hour in this area. You've got, I wouldn't say trained machinists, but people that can repair things and work in a shop for taking care of equipment and stuff. I know a guy personally that just, I think they gave him 32 or $38 an hour just to get him back. Guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. When is enough enough? When's enough enough? When will people say gas prices are too high, my taxes are too high, you're stepping on my rights? When is enough enough? I think they're right that most people, it's a long way off. I think at the point where they go hungry is where that starts to happen, or the family starts to go hungry. But even that, there's help out there. They can find, they can feed their family somehow. Uh, I don't know what it takes. I don't know what it takes, but it's a shame we have to go that far, that we can't stand up. I know there are people out there, probably some of you, that will stand up to it. You know, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. How are they going to enforce it? Are there going to be guys with binoculars in the woods watching the ranges, see if you pull out your braced pistol? Guys watching for videos on YouTube, looking for a home built gun without a security serial number. Who knows? They're hiring 300 more ATF officials. What do they need that for? It's at least a couple more per state, right? Half are going into the branch, the part of the branch that takes care of the FFLs, right? That looks into their records. Of course, they're going to try to shut things down by shutting down FFLs. Shutting down FFLs. Illinois, they do it all the time. They're passing laws with how they have to lock the guns up at night, security measures, all kinds of things. How does the mom and pop shop afford that? They don't. I know of a few shops. A friend of mine, I consider him a friend, lives in a small town I used to live in. And he wasn't a big FFL, but he had transfers come to him. He had a few guns in the shop, ammo. He was alongside an auto repair shop. And he did a decent business. But he finally said, you know what? Enough's enough. It's not worth it to me, the hassle, the trouble, the this, that. And he drive them out like that. My favorite gunsmith, local guy, another guy, did transfers. He had a regular shop. Not a ton of weapons, but 50 guns, 100 guns. He finally said enough's enough. Partially the neighborhood, but they pull out. They make it too tough on them, guys. And that's what they're slowly trying to do. Look at California. They have a list of guns that are acceptable, and to get on that list, essentially no new guns can be put on it because they've got parts of the law that state that the bullets have to have it has to put a serial number on them, or a code, whatever. That's not happening, So meanwhile, no more new guns get put on the list. It's taking common sense gun laws, but yet they give us nothing back. There's no compromise, and compromise means both sides get something, right? What have we gotten? We've gotten zero, nothing at all. They haven't given us 1 inch, but they've taken a mile. They've taken a mile's worth of inches. Does that make sense? A mile's worth of inches. And they keep going. We have these unfortunate, tragic events that happened the last few days. Very coincidentally, by the way, just as the last one was. God, almost on cue. Almost on cue. I don't know. Am I a conspiracy nut? God, almost on cue. Almost on cue. Uh, you know, I don't know. Am I a conspiracy nut? Maybe. I don't know. But it's almost like it was on cue. And the first thing they do is call for more gun control. Yet it happened in a state with the highest level of gun control on the planet. You got three of them. You got New York, California, and Chicago, right? The first thing they do is call for that. Well, if all your gun control didn't stop this guy, what is? It's not the gun. That gun didn't jump up, didn't walk itself down to the local grocery store. They say he had a manifesto, that he chose it. And they talk about it being a hate crime and all this. Well, what about the guy near me, Waukesha? Matter of fact, we knew one of the ladies that got killed. There was a group of older women, the Red Hat Club, so it was something like that. They sang. Well, the guy that drove them around to these events for them to sing at serviced his car with us, and he was run over and killed by that gentleman that decided to plow into a parade with his car. And they knew he targeted white people, but that wasn't prosecuted as a hate crime, or didn't say he was racist. Whatever happened to him, by the way? Anybody heard that in the news? Anything? Not one word? Anybody heard a word about it? Me neither, and I live here. They don't talk about it. There was another one. What was the other one? That went the other way, but not a hate crime. But instantaneously, that's what's brought up, and instantaneously, it must be a white supremacist. Boy, they would love some old 60-year-old guy, right? With his hoard of cache of weapons. That's what they always call it. Found a cache of weapons. Anybody ever seen the meme? Shows that little like teddy bear guy looking kind of sideways when they talk on the news about a cache of weapons, and they show like 6 guns. Oh man, what do you think about that, 2A? What if they stopped by me or you, huh? Cash. Woo! Wow. Funny to think about. Scary to think about, actually, isn't it? Very scary. 2A EDU, thanks for coming, man. I haven't seen you in a while, and I truly apologize for not stopping in by you. I just, like you, man, just busy. RV industry this time of year is our time of year, so we are humping, let me tell you. He says, I have to run. I just got done working and haven't had dinner yet. Take it easy. Guys, good to see you. Good to see you too. And I'll stop by next week. I'll make a point. And we'll drop in and have a few words. It's always fun over there, guys. If you haven't gotten over there, I know a ton of you, and I thank him so much for everything he's done for this channel. He always mentions us when we pop in there, and we have some good conversations, some fun. But check out his channel. He is the master of 2A stuff and what's going on and how they're fighting it. And he is one of the guys that gets up and does something, contacts his representatives, talks to them, goes to meetings, goes to not just protests, but all different events, and gets involved. And if 10% of us did, 5% of us did more than this, we'd do something. I hope what I do just fires you up a little bit. I know a lot of you guys don't come here for the political end of things, right? Sometimes I feel like I'm not the orator I need to be when it comes to that. Believe me, I understand it all. I am up to date on it. I understand the intricacies and the finer points of it. I can't get them across sometimes like others can. Maybe they prepare more, maybe they whatever, but they do it so much better. But I always feel the need to bring it up here and to, like he says here, keep up with the good fight. And if I can spread it to one person, that's why I tell you guys, what do I tell you guys every time we have a live stream is take somebody new to the range, get them involved, whether it's a kid, a neighbor, a family member, someone you work with, anybody, somebody that might not understand them. I got a guy right now I work with and wanted to go over, we're going to do a video on it. I was going to bring it up tonight, but you get guys that are into guns, but yet they don't know what the fight's all about or even basic stuff about the guns. This guy got an AK shotgun, was wondering how to mount red dot. And was in a gun shop, and you should see what they set him up with. Oh my God. So a lot of guys don't even know the basics of setting up some of these AKs. So we're going to do that, just show how to accessorize and what's out there and what's available. From optics to lights to grips to what a lot of us know is basic, but some people just don't know. They don't know what all is out there. They know they can bolt damn near a chainsaw on the front of their AR, but they don't know how to accessorize an AK. And it is tougher. It is. Much easier than it used to be, guys. Years ago when I got into it, man, try finding a Yugo handguard. Unbelievable. It was impossible. Couldn't find anything for Yugos. Now it's everywhere. But we set them straight. He bought a Sega 20 gauge. And I should say they set them up wrong, but what is it, an Ultimac, the gas tube that they make for AKs? Well, they set them up with one for this Sega. And on a Sega, you've got two different types because you've got one with fixed sights and you have one that has an adjustable. It's like a cover where the sights are mounted to, and it's adjustable. It's spring loaded and all. And they set them up with the wrong one, of course. So you'd have to. I could do it, but it takes some gunsmithing. I'd have to drill and tap and some other stuff. And is it more stable? Yeah, probably. But there's nothing wrong with side mounts. He's got a side rail. Why not just get a RS Regulate or a Midwest Industries or something and put the red dot on it that way? That way you can take it off easier. Just way better ways to do things now. And I'll show you guys. We'll get into some buffer tube mounts and stocks and just all kinds of stuff. And there's so much out there. Every day there's more and more and more stuff. And there's so many good manufacturers, but we'll mention a few of them and we'll point out some of the stuff you should probably stay away from. And just some stuff we've learned over the years because we've tried it all. And you may think, should I buy this one or this one? And we'll kind of give you hints as to what's good and what's better, what works well, maybe what works to keep a certain look, that type of thing. So we'll get into all that with the AKs. Some of it I can bring you in a live stream by showing you the accessories themselves. In a video, I can't show you how to put them on, but I can show them on there and all. In a video, I can't show you how to put them on, but I can show them on there and all. They'll demonetize it, of course. Hey, they demonetize everything. So that's why I rely on you guys here for the super chats, and I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll get into showing all of that. And we're going to do just a range day video. We're going to do what Rockford Ordnance likes to take to the range to have a fun day. And we're going to do that. So that's going to be a good one. If I can get some more work done for the wife tonight, maybe I can get out of here early tomorrow and get out there and just have a bunch of fun. Let me know, guys, if you would like a video on that Dillon reloader. I know there's a ton of stuff out there on it. Even though I watched 100 of them, There were certain things to the setup of it that was a bit confusing. So maybe I can clarify some of that. And maybe you guys would just like to see it run. It's so sweet as how it pumps out. I literally now have an ammo factory in my shop. I mean, the thing's incredible. Let's check out the chat here. I see Brass Tards in here and Squeaky Cooler. And man, we had 280U stopped in for a little bit. He was chatting up a storm here with you guys, but I missed a bunch of it. So I'm going to go back here. We're going to go through a little of it. Man, I didn't see he was in here that long. Ba, 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 ba. What are you talking about? Ellen Bishop got on last week. Beautiful gun that I have not shot it. That's why I knew about the gas block. I wonder what he's talking about there. Hey, just stopped in and heard my name. Literally just got there. Well, I'm glad he heard me talking about him. We always like to mention good channels like that, guys. Great channel, great orator, great proponent of the Second Amendment, and a gentleman that actually does things, gets out there and kicks it in gear and helps drive our rights forward and hold on to what we got. Joe, I mean AK at the Bolt. My phone made by communism betrayed me. Want another piston AR. I don't have a piston AR. I've never shot one either. I don't know. Why mess with such a good thing? I don't know. I certainly have not had a good experience with Zastava USA. They didn't fully assemble my M90, and they shipped me, and the mag they shipped me doesn't work. I'm surprised at that. I really am. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I know things happen. My stuff's been good. I haven't had any problems, but I did tell you when I reviewed that M90 that the mags they had out there with that gun, I just didn't care for. But I know they came with different mags when they finally came out. Joe, I have an 11.5 BCM AR with a bootlegger adjustable bolt, and they work great. Easy, fast adjustment, and no carbon freezing like an AR gas block. I've never messed with adjustable carrier or bolt. Tommy Guns, Rockford, the pistol brace may get heavy pushback by Americans with Disabilities Act. Yeah, what happened to that? You haven't heard one word about that in the ruling. How are they going to keep that separate? Oh, if you have a disability, a doctor's note? I haven't heard anything about that. That's a good point. Breastar, political power comes out of the barrel of a gun. Only the government is willing to use its guns. Thus, they have all the power. How perfect. Absolutely. That's a tough thing, right? Because you got to use it to keep it, I guess. And how many people are willing who's willing to be the first one? That's what it comes down to, right? And, am I saying I'd be the first one? No, unfortunately, it would have to get a lot worse. Like I said, it's just they'll keep poking the bear and see how far they can go. That's all. But I do think they're going to see a lot of pushback on this brace thing. I think for once, you've got something that someone uses that has not caused any change in crime statistics, nothing like that. Nothing they can prove, nothing out there that's used in mass by millions of people. And they're just going to say, nope, sorry, all those, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 guns you got. Yeah, nah. Got to pay us another tax, and we want you on a list with these two. How many people are going to go for that? The same amount that went for the bump stock? ban? Is that what they're going to do? That worked out real good for them, huh? Joe, I'm at the point now. If those red coats, blue helmets, whomever come calling, I'll answer them with the green tips. Yeah, I got a feeling a lot of people, if they did come calling, I got a feeling a lot of people would at least hand over the ammunition, right? You will obey. Yeah, right. They come for my weapons. They better bring a lunch. Obviously true. Literally proven for over 100 years. Yes, it is. Really cool to see you on, Rock. Never got a notification. Was out until now. Yeah, I hope the notification came out. I put it out about 5:30, so I hope you guys got it. Good to see you here, Squeaky. Think what $15 minimum wage will do to people on Social Security. Yeah, right. Yeah, your Social Security going up more than it's 3% or whatever percentage it goes up. That is because trades labor has more worth than college degrees. I have a degree, but labor. Yep, absolutely. But in general, it's all out of whack. I mean, it's just the wages are so high, but you don't see wages changing across the board either. What's middle class today? Is 100,000 today get a family by? I don't know. I guess it depends where you live, but I know places where 100 grand a year don't get you too damn far. It's crazy. And yeah, trades are absolutely a dying breed. Unless you know someone in the union, you can apprentice something like that. Dying breed. I live rurally, so you get a lot of people that are apprenticing with tradespeople, and that's the way to go. It really is. The quality of people in the trades today, what's left is not what it used to be. You've got the older folks that have the ability, the knowledge, the level of craftsmanship and responsibility, and you see so many hacks out there now. And it's a shame. It really is. That's not putting anybody down, saying that everybody's like that, but it just seems it's so prevalent. You have to really search to find people that are really good at their trade, whatever that may be. I know I pride myself in my work that I do, whether it's managing a place or doing one of the many trades that I do, I take pride in it. My wife will push me on something when I'm doing some carpentry or something. Oh, to get this done, it takes time. It'll get done, but it'll get done how I want it to get done. I'm a perfectionist, and I think all of that reflects on me. So I take the time, whether it's my guns, customer's gun, something. I don't know that there's that pride in work anymore. I don't know. It's sad. Yeah, you think they're pushing the electric car agenda, guys? Can't afford the gas, so we'll all go buy $70,000 electric cars. That makes sense, doesn't it? Brownouts in California, we can't keep what's going now, but we're going to tax the system with 10 million electric cars. 10 million wouldn't even be a dent. If we just switched over 10%, the electric grid would crash. I don't know what they're thinking. Their common sense is just non-existent. It doesn't exist. Certainly, let the market tell the tale. It was, I thought, people were moving toward it, but at their rate, at a rate of acceptance and a rate of when the infrastructure was there for certain people, so they switched over, but not this forced thing that you're not even ready for. And they just want to cram it down your throat, as with everything. Never in my life did I think I could see so much damage done in a year and a half, let alone 4. My God, I can't even believe this. And the good thing is, though, that the left, the Democrats, whoever you libs, whatever you want to call them, or wherever they're at, center to left, they're realizing what this is all about, and the pendulum is swinging. They're realizing that, hey, these programs and policies just don't work. They just don't work. And the good news is, all these things that have happened, all these new gun owners that have come on board, a lot of them see the value now. They see why they need something to protect themselves, why they should, uh, exert their Second Amendment right. Should go out and own a firearm and learn how to use it to protect themselves and to protect themselves from a tyrannical government. That's what I always look at it as. Uh, the other day, I heard it again. They brought up hunting in regards to it. And I wished I was there, because I just want to stand up and go, what the, what does hunting have to do with this conversation? What does it have to do with the conversation? It has zero to do with the conversation. Me taking a deer or sitting in a duck blind or hunting pheasants has nothing to do with my Second Amendment God-given right. Nothing to do with it. The only thing it has to do with is having the absolute right to shoot a tyrannical government right in the face. That's what it has the right to do. That's what it's there for. That's what they planned for. A renegade government. Should it get out of control, should it start trampling the rights of its citizenry, that they had the right to fight back, take it back, and keep the government they wanted. That's what it's there for. It has absolutely nothing to do with me harvesting Bambi. It really has very little to do with me protecting my family. I don't even like to hear that when it comes to that argument. Well, I have the right to protect my family. Of course you do. But it has nothing to do with the right to own a gun. You can protect your family in a lot of ways, but there's only one way to protect your rights and your current way of life and government. There's only one way. And that's why the Second Amendment was there. Not to protect your family. Yes, to protect your family from a tyrannical government, sure. But to talk about it protecting you from the common criminal or anything like that, I don't think it should be brought into the argument. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of force there, a lot of sway can be done with, protecting my wife, my children from bad people. Sure, I get it. It's an easy argument to make. But the proper argument is protecting your rights against a tyrannical government. That should be the only argument ever. Let's see. Conspiracy is only knowing the truth 6 months earlier. Yeah. Sometimes I question, my common sense. I tell my kids, I told my kids always, for some reason, my daughter's more than my son, but I always told them, trust your gut. Trust your gut. When they were little, they'd ask me, what do you mean, Daddy, my gut? I said, well, what that feeling inside of you is. If you look at someone, you're out somewhere and you're scared of them, chances are there's a reason you're scared, right? Or there's a reason you have that uneasy feeling, right? Trust it. Instincts are an amazing thing. They're genetically programmed almost, I'm sure they are. I used to tell them, I have a daughter that is easily embarrassed, thinks that things that nobody notices, everyone's staring at, that type of thing. And I get it. When we're younger, that, sometimes you can feel insecure about something. Maybe your pants are a half inch too short or something. And, oh my God, everybody's staring at them, that kind of thing. So I always pictured her when she was in college walking down the street and, maybe she'd heard someone walking behind her and she would almost be embarrassed to kind of do a double step or to look back and see who was there, to be embarrassed about that. And I always told her, never, ever be embarrassed about something like that. If you fear something, If those footsteps behind you are getting quicker, or you perceive they are, or you're just not comfortable because you saw who it was come across the street following you, if you are worried, then do something about it. Break into a run, head the other way, turn around, stare them down, whatever the case may be. Don't be embarrassed. Who cares? You don't know them, you'll never see them again, and your safety is of utmost priority over and above that. Break into a run like as fast as you can to get away from it. Don't worry about it. And that's what I think with, like someone says, conspiracy theory. Go with your gut. Your gut will always tell you the right thing. It's that outlet for common sense. Your gut tells you what's right, what's wrong, what's out of order, what's not. It's amazing. How many times, guys, have you ended up in a situation and in your head you go, God, I knew this was going to happen this way. Why did I? Because you didn't listen to your gut. That's what happened. And that's what the conspiracy thing is. You know what it is. Maybe you're embarrassed to even say something about, oh, they're going to think I'm nuts. I say a lot of things on here that 6 months later, guys, right here in this chat go, you were absolutely right. I'm wrong too sometimes. Yeah, but for the most part, I'm right. I with my wife, I have to start writing it down because she says, oh, yeah, sure you knew. Sure, you didn't say anything about that. If she went back and listened to these, she'd see it all, right? What we were talking about a year ago, guys, with the direction things are going, with COVID, what the outcome was going to be, what it's done to the economy, stock market, ammunition, gun laws. Think about how much has changed so friggin' fast. So fast. A year and a half, 2 years? COVID flew, man. It's 2 years already. Look at what you've lost. Look at what the economy's done. Look at what your dollar's worth. Look at what food prices are at, gas prices, utilities, you name it. Look what they did to your rights. They made you wear a mask. They did all these things, and everybody just went along with it. And now where is it? I got people sick at work right now. One of them really bad, pneumonia and everything. Guess what? I'm not calling it COVID. Not calling it that. They tested negative. Everybody I know has tested negative lately. It's amazing. Anyhow, is that enough of the political stuff? I'll stop. Just want you guys to think about it. Let's get back to the fun stuff, huh? Let's see here. Hattori Hanzo, greetings from Rome. It's 4:28 a.m. here. Well, then what the hell are you doing up? He's just getting in from the bars. Italian military outside the Vatican has nice hardware. You know who's got the coolest uniforms in the world? The Swiss Guard. They got the cool pantaloons, the yellow striped things with the blue tights and the helmet and the big, yeah, those are Swiss Guard. Those are Swiss Army that protect the Vatican. Talk about conspiracy theories. That should tell you something right there, huh? Let's see. Switzerland, the monetary capital of the world, is guarding, the Vatican, country unto itself, declared by them, the Pope. He's closest to God, and their secrets and their money. The richest organization in the world. They control more land than any government. Did you know that? Yep. Look at it. And it's all tax-free too. How'd they get that? I don't know. But the Swiss are involved. That's kind of weird. Huh. Things that make you go, something to think about. They rocket 762 by 39 CZ Bren 2s or HKs. I bet they're rocking HKs. I don't know. Squeaky Cooler is always speaking the truth. Anyone have a Daniel Defense AR? Looking at one for my birthday at the end of the month. Well, I'll save the bees. Happy birthday. I'll tell you what I would look at. And I like Daniel Defense. I've thought about one, almost bought one on a whim once. Everything's in that, what, $2,000 to $2,500 price range. You can build a lot of rifle for that kind of money. But I will say there's a couple to look at in that price range. And one is Daniel Defense, and the other, that Super Duty AR. The hell, the trigger company, the AR company. God, losing my memory, I swear. But it's called a Super Duty. Look at the Super Duty. That gun for the money, I think MSRP is between 2 and 25. You can probably get it in the $1,800 range, I'm thinking. That Super Duty, whether you buy the full-size rifle or the pistol, is a fabulous, fabulous gun. Do you need it as a civilian? Probably not, but their rails are tough as could be. The kind of thing you throw it out a window. Geisley. Throw it out a window 2 stories, it'll be just fine. The way it mounts and everything. There's a lot of ARs out there, guys, where, and I'm not saying you're going to use it this way, but if you're looking at a rifle of that level, your average AR, even decent good AR, when you start mounting things like infrared, lasers, stuff like that, the handguard just doesn't hold zero well enough. There's too much movement. That's where companies like Daniel Defense and Geisley come into play. That Geisley rail, it's not moving anywhere. So you start hanging that stuff on there, it's not moving. It's made for the real deal. It's made for falling down the side of a mountain, grab it, and it's still zeroed and it still works. That Super Duty is a hell of a deal for the money. And I got to shoot the pistol. And I gotta say, that thing was a laser, man, at even 150. Ballistically, you're good to 100 on a 10.5 inch, but you can get more out of it. But you're just going to start losing the feet per second you need for that tumbling effect, right? But let's face it, 99% of any engagement you're going to have is going to be within 100. So that 10.5 is a nice gun. It's light. Unlike some of the Daniel Defense guns, they're not overgassed either. The Geisley, just whatever they've done to it, and it on the pistol, it's got a carbine length gas system. You'd think it'd be a bit snappy, but it's not. I really kind of modeled my 10.5 after that. I wanted that. I didn't want it to feel as snappy as some pistols do. And the Mark 18, which is Daniel Defense's answer to, well, the original, I guess, of that gun, is a bit snappier. It is overgassed, but it gives it some reliability. But then again, they're both just perfectly reliable. You won't miss a beat with either of them. If you're going to rifle length, fine too. Just as reliable, just as accurate. I told you guys a few weeks ago my thought on short barrels as far as accuracy, and mine comes from and was confirmed by Mr. Krebs as well. He will always tell you that short barrel AKs are more accurate than long barrel AKs. The shorter the barrel, the better. You get so much whip out of an AK barrel. You watch it in slow motion, it's unbelievable the amount of whip. And then you add on their big sight blocks, big gas blocks, gas tubes, handguards that aren't free floated and all that stuff. And it really affects the harmonics and everything. But shorter barrels, they're stiffer to begin with when we're talking about the AR and the AK for that matter. But on either gun, there's nothing that's going to, I think it's just the common misbelief that short barrels aren't as accurate or can't hit at distance, and they can. I take that Galil, my shorty Galil, and that thing pounds them in at even 200 yards. It's as accurate as anything else I have. AR, same thing. Get that shorter barrel, stiffer, and very, very accurate. You're just going to pay for it in the velocity department. But then again, are you going to be engaging threats at 200, 300, 400, 500 yards? Highly, highly doubtful. I think I would trade off for concealability, ease of maneuvering, everything else. But look at that Super Duty, such a nice gun, great rail, great trigger in it, great components. The only thing I'd say I'd change out on that thing would probably be the grip. It needs a K grip. Hey, I like straighter grips on pistols. I don't know why companies keep wanting to put that raked grip on it. It's not comfortable on a pistol. But yeah, great gun. And nothing wrong with the Daniel Defense. There's not. If you got your heart set on it, if you've always wanted one, you think their furniture's cool, you like the blue color they make, whatever the case may be, by all means, they're right there with them. I mean, it's a great gun, either one of them. But I really, if I remember right, the price point just really sold it to me for the Super Duty. Great, great gun. Matter of fact, if I'm not building another one, if I'm going to buy another one, I'm going to buy one of those when it comes to an AR. Just super. You can't go wrong. So either way. So if that makes you happy, then by all means, get yourself a nice birthday present. What else? Geisley, yeah, that's what I couldn't remember. Daniel Defense, RIS rail, FN Herstal, LMT with the Mars system, 8 centimeters in the Geisley. Yep, there it is, laid out for you. Take your pick, any one of them, and you are in good company there. The Daniel Defense and Geisley are both around 18. Okay, so yeah. I think when I was looking, the Daniel was a little bit more, at least where I was looking. So that's why I had made the decision to do that. Thanks, Rock. We'll look into both and compare. Yeah, see what works. There's no one answer. All I can tell you is what I found. Daniel Defense is Daniel Defense. Great gun. Good looking gun. I love the furniture. I love their stocks. I like the pattern of the rubber inlays, and God, who doesn't like a Mark 18, right? But something about that. Oh, I know what it was. Geisley at the time, they had, maybe they're still, no, they do an all black, but this had their dirt, what's it called? Desert dirt color handguard. With the black receiver and a few other touches, and it was whatever the contract they had with Special Forces. It was basically set up like their guns went to them with the charging handle, a few other things. I like their charging handle too. At first it looks a little too small, but I like the shape of it. It's nice. It's easy to grab without being too huge. But Daniel Defense does a nice job too. It's a tough toss. Buy them both. I will promise you this, though, that the Geisley is softer shooting than the Daniel Defense. That's for sure. Anyhow, fun. Guess what I had out yesterday? I had the Ruger 57 out, the Ruger 57. We got a bunch of ammo, and I'm thinking about getting set up to load that sucker on the press because I really want me an FN PS. I really do. I think it'd be cool. Originally, I wanted the FN pistol, but that pistol makes no sense compared to the Ruger. The Ruger just handles better, controls are way better. I'd like the FN because it says FN, of course. But if I had to pick one, it's the Ruger, and it's half the price. Although I've come across some good deals on some of the FNs used. I don't know if they just don't hold their value, but every one I've ever come across in a shop, and there's been 3 or 4 of them, they've been what I consider extremely cheap compared to what they list for and what they were getting for them. So, yeah, I had it out. Nice trigger for what it is. Cool gun. I think if I was ever going to love an optic on a gun, it'd be that one. It just looks like it should have one. I don't know. But we're going to get out and play with that sucker a little bit because we shot it so little. My son shot it more than I did. And ammo's been tight and expensive. Ammo's like $40 a box. I saw it on sale the other day for $35 somewhere. Still expensive, but we've been saving all our brass. And I thought with the Progressive, man, I could just load that stuff up. But I got a feeling them tiny little cases, it's going to be hard to reload. I'll bet the neck wants to crush, similar to if you crank your dies down on 5.56. If you crank your crimp down and the casing's just a hang, it'll crush that whole neck out. I got a feeling the 5.7 is going to be kind of load. And I bet case prep is a little tough too. I don't know. I got to get some 9 going here real quick, guys. We burned a bunch of 9 in the video with my son's buddy. They just got back from Afghanistan. And we need to get in there and load a bunch of 9 too. So I got to get set up on that. I haven't been spending any money on anything. So I got to break loose here pretty soon. I got to get the rest of the stuff for the press, a case feeder, and a few other options. I want a mount. It's mounted directly to the bench. I want to get a raised mount for it. A couple other little things, and get the setups for 9, the 5.7, and I think we'll leave it at that for now, and get cranking so we can do some shooting here. And then there's I want to finish this the HK off. I did see the PD, the SB Tactical PD brace was in stock. It's getting hard to find them. I'm waiting on the Safety Harbor to come back in stock so I can get that brace. That's what I really want for it, but it has not come in stock. So I'm getting kind of nervous because we're running out of time on this ruling, and I want to get one quick. So it's going to kind of be whatever's in stock and go. Never mind. You said 35 a box, so it's got to be 5.7. Yeah. That's the only ammo, right? And anyone says $40 a box, 5.7. Yeah. Crazy. It was $50 a box for a while. Yeah, that was crazy. Just you'd think hopefully the more guns come out in that caliber, the cheaper it'll get. They've got an AR out, a setup for an AR. That'd be cool. That'd be an awesome round in an AR, I think. I don't know. Just seems cool. Oh, I don't know. Be kind of neat. We'll see. So much to do. since I don't have to do any more work tonight, I'm going to put a video together for you. So you see one drop tomorrow, day after. Bring you that by 39 and a short one on our goal, just a check-in, so to speak, of how it's running. Really liking that gun. I really like it. It's so well put together, so solid. And then we're going to do some adjustable gas block cleaning. And we are getting to the range early tomorrow, I think, and have some fun. Bring you an update on that Hellcat too. Really been enjoying that. Just like it. I don't know if it's going to overtake the 365 or not. We'll see. It's just a nice pistol. Nicest Springfield pistol I've ever had. Didn't like my XDMs, but I like this little thing. It's cool. And guess what else? We are going to be bringing you a Mosin Nagant video. What do you say to that? Just a little introduction to, I don't know what I'll include. Let's see, maybe 5 or 6 of them. I pulled one more out of a box out of Cosmoline the other day. And so we'll bring you those. I'm not opening any more. Don't ask. I got enough of them out. We'll show you an M38, an M44, 9130, a Tula, an Izzy, a couple of ex-snipers. That's good enough to start with. And yeah, we're going to have some fun with that. And should be a cool video. You guys will enjoy it. That's what got us back into this, and we'll show you. Oh, I see B&T here. I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, don't put that piece of shit on your gun, Chris. Get a B&T. Go spend another $3,000. You better back order that B&T brace. At least they will come back. The B&T brace is, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. I don't see, I don't like it. It's the one that looks like the cheapy SB Tactical. Finally, some modern Russian hardware. Think about this. Every time I pull one apart, the trigger, I look at the components to the trigger and I go, oh my God, this is like the Muppets made this shit. It's like they just hammered it out of a rock and like they blowtorched out of a plate steel the trigger. Here you go. Put that in the gun. Run a pin through it. You know, the heaviest goddamn spring, and just everything's gritty and nasty. And my God, you think, how the hell did they fight a war even against, a Car 98? I mean, Car 98 is like Tiffany compared to, oh my God, it's just, they're so rough. It's unbelievable. They can be smoothed out. And there's nice ones, but I can't even say there's nice ones. There's not any nice ones. I'm going to say, like James Reeve says, the shit stick. That's what they should all be referred to as. No, it doesn't look like the SB Tactical. What are you talking about? Is it? I need it. Is it the PD? Is it like a PDW brace with the 2 rails? That's what I'm doing. Period is one of those. Is the 2 rails almost identical to the? Okay. Then, but I don't see the point. Why B&T? Why, to me, I don't know. How about when the season allows it a successful deer hunt with them? No, I am not deer hunting with a Mosin. Hey, well, how about this? How about a pig hunt with an M44 and I only get to use the bayonet? How's that sound? I'd sit in a tree and pull a Rambo, jump out of the tree. Before my son passed, we were looking at a place to go pig hunting where you hunted with a spear. They put you in a stand and you jumped out of a tree with a spear. And we thought that would be cool. He wanted to do that. He was young enough for that. I don't know if I was, but wouldn't mind trying it. Yes, with 2 rails. One reason is they will actually get it back in stock. Where should I go for it? What site? Tell me that, and I'll start watching it. I've been watching the Safety Harbor. I've been watching the usual sources for the SB and the. I like the SB on my Scorpion. I like it. It works well. It hasn't loosened up. I'm sure there's better, but it's okay. And then that Safety Harbor just looks so nice, and I like the gearhead works. Brace on it. I really do. I don't know. So, for the 13 or 15 of you that are left in here, real quick, who wants to see a video on what? Throw me some ideas, and I'll throw some videos together. I promise I will have you one out tonight, but give me some ideas. I'm going to range tomorrow. Now's your chance. What do you want me to bring? What do you want me to shoot? What do you want me to go over? Give you an update on any how-to videos. What do you want to see? I had been being asked a ton about cleaning videos. Haven't done that, but any ideas, throw them out here. Hunt on your buddy's back porch, no tracking with it. Which buddy's back porch? Was it one of my stories about hunting off the porch? That was about hunting out the kitchen window, I think. Oh, I shouldn't say that, I guess. No, I didn't hunt out my kitchen window. I didn't do that. That was years ago anyways. It was opening morning. Okay, story time. Chris, story time. So one year, me and my dad are up north, and it's night before opening morning and gun season. And we go to town drinking like every good lad does in Wisconsin. And we go to a place back then. It was called S.A. Loons Saloons. And it was painted green and yellow for Green Bay Packers. It made you sick walking into the place, especially for transplants like us being Bears fans. But we had my German short-hair pointer with us, and he was in the truck. And there was a game on or something, I don't know. And we go in the bar to eat while we start drinking. And we polished off, when we capped off the first bottle of what they had left up on the shelf of Jim Beam, we figured, oh shit, the dog's in the car. We better let him out, get him some water. So we go outside and we bring him some water. And I bought 2 Slim Jims from behind the bar and gave him 2 Slim Jims, let him out, and gave him 2 Slim Jims, let him out, and gave him some water, put him back. Gave him some water, put him back in the truck, went back inside drinking. On the second bottle of Beam, and I don't remember if we didn't finish it, we damn near about finished it. So now we're driving home. Yep, back in those days, you drove home. Didn't matter. You were okay. It wasn't far anyways. You weren't going to hurt anybody other than a stray deer maybe, but we drove home, and it was just starting to snow a little bit. And I said, man, this is going to be perfect in the morning. We'll have a little bit to track with and everything. It's going to be great. So we get everything ready. I get the clothes hanging outside, the boots outside on the porch, everything. And the guns are ready to go. Stands are ready, everything. I drink a big glass of water, take a couple aspirin. We lay down for whatever. It's going to be a few hours. And I got a nice revolver. I've got what I used on the police force, my 686 Smith & Wesson. Could bring you that. That's a gun from the 80s. Could bring you that. Let's do a video on that. Anyhow, so lay down, go to sleep. I get up before my dad and I go in the kitchen. I'm making coffee. And I look, and as you're standing at the sink, you're looking right out onto the front lawn, driveway, in the back of the property, because the other side's on the lake. So I look out the window, and there he is standing right on the front friggin' lawn, 20 yards from me. And I got the coffee pot in my hand. I'm pouring the water in the coffee maker, and I'm looking at him. I pour it in. I start it. And I go, shit, what's the odds he's going to be there? You know, when I go get the gun and this and that and open the door and all that, he's going to run. So I thought, well, if he's still there, okay. So I go get the rifle. I jack one shell in it, Winchester 94 30-30. And I get back to the kitchen window, and we got casement windows. So I crank the window open, and it's silent. Thank God. Just rolling it. The window cranks out. But the screen's still in the window. We hadn't taken the screens out for the winter. So I'm looking at the deer. I'm looking at that. It snowed, just to tell you, it snowed. In those few hours, there was probably 8 inches of wet, nasty. It was freezing rain / snow, or the snow had turned to freezing rain. And the deer took a couple of steps. I could hear it break the crunch on top. It was like that. Raining. I thought, I put the gun up and boom, it dropped. My dad comes around. What the hell's going on? There's smoke all over the kitchen because I couldn't get the barrel outside, because of the screen. I shot right through the screen. Look what you did to my screen. I said, yeah, but look, there's the deer over there. He says, well, what the hell? We're going hunting. I said, well, you're going hunting. I'm going back to bed. So I put the rifle in the corner. I looked at the deer. I said, it's cold enough. He'll be fine. I went back to bed. He went out hunting. He was in the stand, and the freezing rain was freezing on his jacket. He said every time he turned to move or anything, the ice would crack and fall and make all kinds of noise. He said he wasn't going to see a damn thing. So I think he spent about an hour out there, maybe came back in. So that was my hunting season. Hey, it was fair chase, it was in the woods. And yeah, that was back in the good old days. So about noon, I went out and slid them over by the side of the garage and did them up, hung them in the garage, went back on the couch, watched a football game. And yeah, that was a great deer season. I actually filmed this last deer season. Me going out and hunting, sitting in my blind there, same house, same everything. And but nothing too exciting to show you a video about. Didn't get anything. Didn't even see a deer this year. But yeah, that was a good one. I had to pay for the screen. Oh well worth it. It was only a little hole. Could have just patched it, but it's lucky I cranked the window open far enough. I almost didn't crank it far enough. He started moving and I'm moving. I think I shot right before I would have got to the window frame. That would have been fun, right? Hung over at 5 a.m. Oh, God. Things we do for something to throw on the barbecue. Anyhow, let's see what else we got here. Shoot some groups with the Galil or the by 95 since you said you were taking it. Better be no more than 2 MOA. That I guarantee you, please. With those 2 guns, no problem. For sure, the X95. I like that gun. That way you're not carrying a rifle for no cheating at 100 yards, not 25, and adjusting them. I never do that. I can honestly say, guys, I have never done that. I don't see the point to it. Most of the time I try, if I can, sighting in at 100. I don't even start unless something's way off paper and I can't figure out where the hell it's at. I start at 100. I just look at this. Oh, hit the sand over there, crank it over a little bit, whatever. I'm always minimum 100. Rarely, once in a while, you'll see me on that other range and it's about, I'm always shooting minimum 100. Rarely, once in a while, you'll see me on that other range, and it's about a solid 80 yards. If I'm not too lazy, I'll pull the bench back to 100, but it is about 80 when it comes to anything for accuracy like that. But it's just way too easy at the 100. I don't have to move anything, adjust anything, pace anything off. I know where I'm at, and boom. 100 is easy. And we've been shooting at 200 pretty consistently. And the reason being is, if you shoot at 200, 100 is child's play at that point. And we're going to try to move it out to 300. I have a range up here that we have 300. So things get a bit overgrown. It's here in northern Wisconsin. It's just, they don't treat things the same down south. It's just more rural. But if I can consistently shoot on the 300-yard range there, that's what we'll do. Challenge yourself. Get out there and shoot longer, whether it's pistol, rifle. If you shoot at 10 yards with a pistol, take it to 25. If you're shooting indoors, 25 with a rifle, or 50 outdoors or something, go to 100. If you're at 100, go to 200. 200, go to 300. Shoot the furthest distance you can. Even if you don't think you're doing well, keep trying, keep doing it. It'll come, guys. It'll work. It helps your eyesight get stronger, everything. And then when you go to the 100, it's so easy. It's like anything else. You just got to practice it and get used to it. You'll go to 100 and you'll be like, damn, what do I need to scope for? It's amazing. Yeah, actually, it's a ton of fun. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 200, lots of luck. I'd be lucky, just to hit a silhouette style target. Now it's nothing. Have a good time with it. So make sure you're getting out there and doing lots of it. Chase is out of here. Guys, we've been on for 2 hours. I got to go too. Watch for some videos. Wish me luck tomorrow. We're going to have fun. I will crank off one here for you real quick. We're going to do an intro to the Mosin Nagant and have a little fun with that. I don't know where I'm going to film it yet because, like I said, my shop is utter wreck. I've been spraying paint out there, painting what it seems like miles of wainscot and chair rail and baseboards, and there's dust, paint overspray dust everywhere. Everything's covered, and sawdust too. It's a wreck. That's partially why you haven't seen much, but I got to get something out to you guys tonight. I thank you all for showing up. We had a pretty good showing. We had 2 AEDU stop in, and we had all the usuals, and even had Brastard stop in over here. It was good to see him, and all of you as usual. I thank you. I hope you had fun. The AK-12 we talked about. If you haven't seen one or read anything or looked into anything, read some stuff that's out there. Watch some stuff out there. See what you think. I don't see it. I really don't. It's kind of a letdown. Just weird. Sometimes change is hard, right? But have some fun. I think we're definitely going to do an AK build soon here for a fighting rifle. I may try to do kind of maybe I'll do a longer barrel sort of accuracy type gun because we really need to. I really want to get this by 39 thing working. I just can't. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my all, and I can't get it any better. I don't know. I don't know if it's just bad luck or I'm not on the right program. But according to all the advice I've gotten, I should be sub MOA like nothing, and I'm just not. While I am with everything else, I can hit sub MOA with no problem. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's trigger. That could be it. Maybe it's time to switch triggers in the Krebs gun. Krebs gun has an ultra smooth trigger, but it's got a long pull, longer pull, and not the shortest reset. So maybe it's time to switch over to one of our own infamous triggers and see if that helps some. I know that's the one thing in my ARs that really knocked things down was going to a much better trigger. The Krebs is a great trigger. You will never feel one that's smoother, but a little longer sometimes can induce a little flinch. It's not as predictable, but like glass. So while it's a great battle trigger, it's not the greatest for accuracy. So maybe that'll help. We'll see. But yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. And sorry about last week. Sometimes you just need a change. I got home and got to working, and about 8:30, I went, "Wait, honey, what's tonight? It's Tuesday." Oh my God, I completely spaced it. So I apologize, but yeah, a lot going on. So I hope you enjoyed it, and look into that 12 and come back and tell us what you think about it if some of you guys haven't seen it. So check it out. It's interesting to say the least. What I find amazing is the kits that some of these guys are able to get in. You know, they got ins all over Russia, and they get this shipped and that shipped, and all of a sudden they come together. You know, with the thing in Ukraine now, maybe there's going to be a lot more of those things coming in. I don't know. But with the kits that are enthusing me right now are the Polish stuff, especially the 5.56. Might be fun for us to get back into build again. Haven't built one in forever. But we'll see. Never know. Never know. Never know. So with that, guys, we'll call knife of the week real quick. So this is what the hell is the name? Boker, and they use steel from Solingen, Germany. So forever and a day, steel from Solingen, Germany has been touted as the finest knife steel in the world, or one of them. And I'm sorry I didn't polish it up for this video. As a matter of fact, oh my God, it's got rust on it from being out in the shop. Ugh. I shouldn't even show you guys, but I will. What I like about this, first of all, Boker is they make really nice quality knives, not a ton of money. I believe it's actually a Spanish company, if I'm not mistaken. But I like the scales on this. It's a cellophane, they call these scales. They're plastic. They started out in the 50s as kind of they had the glitter ones and different stuff. This is like a candy cane style. It's yellow and red. But they were some of the first plastics, and they were brittle and they tended to crack and stuff. This is kind of remembering those scales. Silver bolsters, the cellophane scales, really cool. Just plastic, but then they make them in all different colors, all different styles. I have some with glitter. Just a nice knife, and it's got two blades, both similar style blades, just a pocket knife, and I really like it because of these scales. So whenever you see something different, it's kind of retro, and I like that. But we need to do some polishing, man. I let this stuff go. This blade shot. I destroyed it. It'll never come back. It's completely pitted out. What a shame. Because I left it out there in the shop when I knew I shouldn't have. A lot of my knife collection's been sitting out there, and I bet I've lost more than one. It's a shame. I mean, it'll polish up. It'll be a good everyday user, but look at that. It's all brown. Uh, yeah, we'll get it back. It just sucks. It's not plated or anything. That's why it's just steel. But so I can polish it back, but it's never like new, right? Well, maybe we'll work on it. And we'll show you next week what we were able to bring it back to from. Look at that's all rust. See, and it's not just some of it's surface, but some is deeply pitted in there. So we'll show you next week what we were able to do with this. We'll get it out there on some of the machines and see what we can do, and show you how we can restore some of this stuff. And that's about it. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Sometimes when I get later into the broadcast, I start speaking softer, usually after I have my little rant, but I hope I'm not speaking too soft. But anyhow, what is this? Did I miss this? No, I didn't. Okay, looks like Santa Claus knife. Yeah, it does. It's not white though. There is white, but it's yellow in between with white stripes. I'll have this for you next week. All ready to roll. And until then, get out and shoot, guys. Take somebody shooting. Make a phone call. Write a letter. Do one thing this week. I ask you, just one thing. Anything, and come back and tell us what you did. I've asked you a bunch of weeks, and I've never asked if you guys actually did anything. You probably get off and go, funny story told this week. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, back on the couch. Do something, guys. Take somebody shooting. Call a rep. Write a letter. Do something. Get out there. Bring somebody into the fold. Whatever you can. And let me know next week what you did. I challenge each and every one of you. Keep your eyes open. Use your common sense. Know what's coming and be ready for it. Get your debt down if you can to nothing. Don't carry a lot of debt, guys. It's going to come back and bite you hard. I promise you. Good times are not ahead. That's for sure. Look for places to invest any money you may have in things you can hold, whether it's gold, silver, real estate, things that always have value, not paper, not stocks, not bonds. Something you can hold, a commodity. Invest in commodities. You want to invest in the market, invest in oil, invest in grains, invest in metals, things like that. Actual things you can hold. Got some extra money, buy some farmland, buy some property, do something. Don't leave it in cash, because your cash is going to be worth nothing, or at least half of what it is now. Yeah, crazy. But get out there and make a difference, make a change, and at worst, make yourself ready, right? That's all you can do. Keep you and your family safe. Do something to preserve our rights, and have some fun. Get out there and use what you got. If it's raining out, get to the range in the rain. Learn what your weapons do in the rain. Learn what they do in the snow, the cold, the heat, all those good things. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got, guys. We'll bring you some cool stuff. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. We love y'all. And as always, Rockford Ordnance out. Maybe I'll show you my messed up shop while it's messed up. And then you can see that'll be the before, and you'll see the after. It's going to be a few weeks, though. A lot of work to do out there. See you guys later.